Hey, what's going on YouTube? So I've been looking around on YouTube to see if I could figure out how to convert my manual mechanical clutch into a hydraulic clutch right over here. Pretty much I couldn't find anything. There was a bunch of kits on there, or a bunch of like videos about kits like the McLeod or whatever, but that's not really my price range, and I didn't really want to have to do that just to do a hydraulic clutch. And so made my own, but I couldn't figure out where to drill the holes. There used to be some pin dots up here and down here where I might have been like where you're supposed to put it in, but that didn't really look quite right to me. So I ended up just drilling a hole. I'll show you on the other side too, just to send her through. But it took a lot of work to figure out what was the correct lineup. Now you can see in here. So pretty much going off of this was like the fuse box area, and pretty much I just went right off of there, drilled some holes, and expanded the center hole and get it to line up with my clutch. This is the OEM clutch that comes in this Chevy, but it's for the mechanical one where it has the lever that comes down from here into this little boot to switch the gear. So pretty much I took that out and I made me a plate. I'll pull this out in a second. And I used the original spring right here. This was down below underneath the truck, up in there somewhere. And that's what also assisted in pulling the clutch back into forward, as well as this little swinger, but the swinger doesn't do that really. It doesn't pull the clutch forward. I don't know what clutch I really got. I bought it like a year ago. It's just been sitting in my garage. I painted it up right after I bought it, but I was really not looking forward to doing this clutch kit, or not kit, but like making this fucking shit, just because it has to get really technical, and then like halfway through I wasn't sure on the right angle. I'll take out what I made. Please forgive my welding. Like I said, I wasn't quite sure on this was gonna work, so I just fucking pieced it together, see if it was. These two connect to the OEM bolts on the fucking clutch. This is where I put the bolt for the throw rod or whatever it's called, and this is just so I can back plate it so I don't put all the pressure on the clutch, the master clutch, when I fucking press in the pedal. But yeah, so when I first drilled that hole, like this does sit at an angle the way it bolts in. This back here, when it mounts to a firewall, it sits slightly angled down, and so that made it a little bit difficult because you want to get it as close as possible so you don't do wear and tear. I had a buddy who actually I bought this engine from, and he put it in his fucking Jeep, but he couldn't deal with smog laws around here, so he ended up having to pull it out, and I bought it off of him because, you know, there's only like 500 miles on it, and I was going to do an engine swap. So, but yeah, so this sits right about here, straight, and to attach it to any of these bolts, you know, that's this piece of shit, that won't work. And I couldn't go any lower really. I didn't feel comfortable going lower, just because I have my wheel well right here, and here's where the fucking cable hooks up to, down here, and it angles a little bit. And I didn't want to go too far over to the side, which was those marking pins would have me go a little bit too close to here, and it was already a pain in the half to get that fucking bolt in there. Had to send it through the other way. It wasn't, yeah, and I couldn't put a lock washer on it because that had to be short. But yeah, I didn't want to go too far low. Didn't feel comfortable with that. Here's the 350, you know, new as 4-row radiator. Gonna set up dual batteries, turn it into like a camping rig. Ford Tech 350, new mounts, new everything. Had this whole thing taken fucking apart, cleaned down to the frame. Off-road design, suspension and shit. A custom bumper. And camper shell. 4-inch mud bogger, or not mud boggers, groundhogs. 14 bolt Dana 44 up front. Crossover steering. It's gonna have a hydro assist steering as well. Shitty ass fucking steering wheel needs to be replaced. Twin sticked, also from Off-Road Design. Has an independent overdrive. Yeah. But back to the clutch. So if I did any lower, it would have me go down in here, and that would not be ideal because I'd be worried about that wheel well and my angle. So I tried doing right here, and I just lucked out in having it the right size, and being able to make a bracket. So yeah, again, forget my welding. This is the bracket I made. It's pretty simple. Fuck, I don't know. Put it against a normal 3/4 inch wrench. That's about how big it is. But yeah, hopefully this helps you out.